Good morning. Welcome everybody from Chattogram Online School. This is Nur Aziz. Once again, welcome you. I'm an assistant teacher English, Krishna Kumari City Corporation Girls High School. As usual, I'm with a class for class 7 students. That is English for today. So hope you are following our Chattogram Online School regularly. So let's start our today's class. My dear students, today we will discuss another fresh lesson from lesson 8, that is from unit 6. So let's begin. First of all, look at the picture, try to guess something. What could be our today's lesson? As I mentioned, lesson 8, but if you think about this, you can easily say the title of this lesson, today's lesson. Who do you think these people are? You see in the picture, probably they are of family members. They are family members of the same family. You see their grandfather, father, grandmother, mother, uncle, auntie. You see some children. So they are in a family gathering. So you could probably understand that they are talking in their leisure, because they are in front of their house. And can you guess what they are doing? Yes, probably the grandfather is telling a story, and the rest of the family members are listening to him. So we can say our today's lesson is the beginning of a story, that is the selfish giant. This is the part 1, lesson 8. So let's go to page 63 of your English for Today book. Page 63. Here we will learn today. You will be able to after the end of this lesson, you will be able to ask and answer questions, read and understand text, apply new vocabulary, describe a place using clues. These are the specific outcomes of our today's lesson. So my dear students, remember to follow these carefully, so that we can achieve these outcomes. First of all, as usual, we will learn some vocabulary, and let's help you with a clear view. I'm just hiding my picture, and now you can see the lesson easily. You see in the picture, a giant is very angry. He's very angry, and the children probably entered into his garden, and he is driving them out. They are fleeing from this garden. They are very afraid of this giant. So the giant looks very angry. So you can guess this word. Here I have mentioned the meaning of this vocabulary, our today's new vocabulary: angry or bad-tempered in manner. You see the giant angry and bad-tempered in manner. The synonym of this word is merciless, and the antonym is unfriendly. So you can easily guess gruff. Our today's first vocabulary is gruff. Gruff is an adjective. So gruff means someone who is very angry or bad-tempered in manner, that is very merciless. So we can make a sentence using this word, that is his gruff boys frightened the children. His gruff voice frightened the children. So let's move. You see another vocabulary, and as usual I've mentioned the meaning first. A person concerned chiefly with his personal profit. Those people think about their personal profit chiefly is called what? Selfish. Selfish people. So this is an adjective that means self-interested, or if you say the antonym, unselfish. Unselfish or selfless, we can say. Now make a sentence. A selfish man can never be happy. A selfish man can never be happy. You see, the giant is selfish. Next vocabulary. The giant. The giant. What does it mean by a giant? See, the children talking with the giant. So, an imaginary being of very great size in human form. The giant is in human form. So, this is an imaginary being to us. This is of great size. That is genie or monster. And what should be the word? This is giant. This is a noun word. Let's make a sentence. The giant looks unfriendly. First of all, he looks unfriendly to the children. The antonym is miniature. Miniature, very little in size. The last is a person entering someone's land or property without permission is called what? Trespasser. Trespasser is a noun. The children enter into the giant's garden without his permission, so they are trespasser. And the synonym is evildoer. Evildoer. So we can make sentence like this. We should never be a trespasser. We should never be a trespasser. So we have finished the vocabularies that are given in the beginning. Let's start our today's text in section B. Then we will answer questions. We have talked about the picture at first. Then you see Shima's grandfather was telling the story of the selfish giant in the family gathering. Grandma refused to go to bed. She forgot her back pain. The story starts like this. It was a large, lovely garden with soft green grass. Here and there over the grass stood beautiful flowers. Also, there were fruit trees around the garden. And one day the giant came back. He went to his friend in a distant land and stayed with them for 7 years. When he arrived, he saw the children playing in his garden. "What are you doing here?" cried the giant in a very gruff voice. The children ran away. Every afternoon, the children came back from school and used to go and play in the giant's garden. "My own garden is my own garden," said the giant. "Anyone can understand that, and I will allow nobody else to play in it." So he built a high wall all around the garden and put up a put up a notice, that is, trespassers will be punished. This is a warning. So we will discuss some of the key features of this text later. I hope you understand this at the beginning of this story. Now let's discuss the questions in C. This is a group work, but I'm going to discuss this for you so that you can understand this. How do you know that the giant is selfish? Think about this question. My dear students, who are selfish people? Those people who only thinks about his own interest, own profit is selfish. The giant is selfish. Is it true? And if you think that this is true, how do you know that? So, first of all, you see, the garden was very lovely with soft green grass, and it was a large garden. Here and there overstood beautiful flowers, so the children were very interested to play in this garden. This is very natural, and if the children play in this garden, there will be no harm. But to the giant, it was not a match. So he didn't like this idea of the children. He at once got angry and drive the children away. So you see, in this behavior of the giant, you see some of the selfishness. You see selfishness. So we could easily understand that he is selfish. He didn't like that children should play in his garden. So I hope you are thinking like this also, because this is very easy and clearly understandable to you. So let's match with my idea. From this story, we can clearly understand that the giant is very selfish. His garden is very large and lovely. The children can easily play there, but he didn't allow them to play in his garden. We know this kind of people to be selfish. So from that sense, we can understand that the giant is selfish. So I hope you understand this idea, and the giant is very selfish from that sense. And now I think you will write down your own idea like this at home, and that will help you to increase your writing skill. So let's move on to our next activity, that is a homework for you. My dear students, you see there are some clues to write this activity. Have you ever seen any garden or park? Where is it? Describe using the following clues. You see there are clues. How big? Trees, flowers and fruits, play corner, any other attractions. We all know, we all have probably we all have garden. This might be a big or small. We all have an experience in the park. So if you have any garden, you have to write down how big the garden is. Is this exclusively for flowers or for fruits, or both of these items? Play corner. In your garden, do you have any play corner? If you have, please mention about this. And any other attractions. In the garden, you might have some other attractions, so you have to mention like this. Suppose if you think about the giant's garden, then you can understand that the giant's garden is very large, right? The giant in the giant's garden, there are beautiful flowers. There is no mention of fruits. So the giant's garden is exclusively of flowers. So there is play corner in the giant's garden, you see, because the children are playing in this garden and they find it very interesting to play there, and they used to go to this garden after school. So there is play corner, and if you have play corner in your garden, you have to write this. Any other attractions, as I mentioned. So mention all those things and write down where is it your garden. So you have to follow these clues and write down this topic. Have you ever seen any garden or park? This is of your experience. So I hope you understand my instructions and you can easily write down this writing activity. So my dear students, that is all for today. Hope you will wait for the next class in the next Friday. On next Friday, I will try to discuss the rest of the important lessons from this unit um, in my next class. Thank you very much, and write down this homework. Thank you very much. Please share this class as many as possible so that other students of your age, your class can learn this lesson and follow our YouTube channel, Chattogram Online School. Stay home, stay safe, protect your family. Thank you very much.